Haven't I glazed often? Haven't I glazed often? Did we win a minute ago? Did we win a minute ago? Is her stepdad a surgeon? Is her stepdad a surgeon? Didn't we object right away? Didn't we object right away? They pushed themselves to the limit. They pushed themselves to the limit. Is there a sushi counter in the store? Is there a sushi counter in the store? What do you think about our company? What do you think about our company? I have a lot of love. I have a lot of love. Our half-brother was an actor. Our half-brother was an actor. We don't have enough milk for the recipe. We don't have enough milk for the recipe. Don't you clean often? Don't you clean often? He could speak French fluently when he was younger. He could speak French fluently when he was younger. I can't be a cardiologist right away. I can't be a cardiologist right away. The decision was supported by the members of the board of directors. The decision was supported by the members of the board of directors. Didn't they experience it right away? Didn't they experience it right away? Your half-brother is the inspector. Your half-brother is the inspector. I don't notice anything strange. I don't notice anything strange. What about your mother? What about your mother? Should they tile every 2 weeks? Should they tile every 2 weeks? Have you seen the newly released movie? Asked. Have you seen the newly released movie? Asked. I can't believe you would do something like this, it's a disgrace. I can't believe you would do something like this, it's a disgrace. We didn't box at night. We didn't box at night. I'm glad to see you. I'm glad to see you. She wants to learn how to cook Chinese food. She wants to learn how to cook Chinese food. The house is very clean and tidy. The house is very clean and tidy. Couldn't it then broadcast 4 a.m.? Couldn't it then broadcast 4 a.m.? I want to see the new blockbuster movie. I want to see the new blockbuster movie. The message has been misunderstood by the reader. The message has been misunderstood by the reader. Come straight home after school today. Come straight home after school today. The hotel is very luxurious, it has a beautiful view. The hotel is very luxurious, it has a beautiful view. Not evaluated on a daily basis? Not evaluated on a daily basis? I've read that book 3 times. I've read that book 3 times. You can't be a manager every day. You can't be a manager every day. Could it fail before? Could it fail before? Had I settled in at noon? Had I settled in at noon? Did they appear every year? Did they appear every year? I found a rare coin in my collection. I found a rare coin in my collection. My father was driving the car. My father was driving the car. Let me know if you want to go for a walk. Let me know if you want to go for a walk. If they knew the answer, they would have told us. If they knew the answer, they would have told us. Can you share your screen? Can you share your screen? Which brand of shoes do you prefer? Which brand of shoes do you prefer? They plan to visit their grandparents next weekend. They plan to visit their grandparents next weekend. He plays the guitar very well. He plays the guitar very well. Can I connect after 4 weekends? Can I connect after 4 weekends? Consort. Consort. Could not be born. Could not be born. Were you always the captain? Were you always the captain? I saw a beautiful sunset yesterday, he said. I saw a beautiful sunset yesterday, he said. My pleasure. My pleasure. Will I swim after one day? Will I swim after one day? We should not threaten. We should not threaten. To them. To them. Were their stepdads receptionists? Were their stepdads receptionists? The baby sleeping soundly in his crib was so cute. The baby sleeping soundly in his crib was so cute. I can't find my keys, he said. I can't find my keys, he said. Can I have the last piece of pizza, please? Can I have the last piece of pizza, please? Do you have to give weekly? Do you have to give weekly? The reason for his absence was unclear. The reason for his absence was unclear. How often does he visit his parents? How often does he visit his parents? The room was cleaned by the maid. The room was cleaned by the maid. I've been learning to make new recipes lately. I've been learning to make new recipes lately. After the exam, we celebrated with ice cream. After the exam, we celebrated with ice cream. Her brother-in-law is the receptionist. Her brother-in-law is the receptionist. Can't it diversify? Can't it diversify? I have to pick up my son from school. I have to pick up my son from school. If you don't water the plants, they will die. If you don't water the plants, they will die. The economic crisis led to high poverty rates. The economic crisis led to high poverty rates. The movie was scarier than I thought. The movie was scarier than I thought. Wouldn't it connect? Wouldn't it connect? Your grandparents were welders. Your grandparents were welders. He prefers to work alone rather than in a group. He prefers to work alone rather than in a group. We will travel to Italy next month. We will travel to Italy next month. Here is your milk. Here is your milk. The road is blocked. The road is blocked. We watched a documentary to learn about ancient civilizations. We watched a documentary to learn about ancient civilizations. We had a barbecue in the backyard. We had a barbecue in the backyard. Where can I find diapers? Where can I find diapers? Environmental concerns are becoming more and more urgent. Environmental concerns are becoming more and more urgent. They trust each other. They trust each other. Shouldn't I be an investor then? Shouldn't I be an investor then? I want to sleep. I want to sleep. Aren't you surrounded every day? Aren't you surrounded every day? He will have learned to surf next summer. He will have learned to surf next summer. Is his son a contractor? Is his son a contractor? You used to be a missionary. You used to be a missionary. Did they increase? Did they increase? You should not be an interpreter after a weekend. You should not be an interpreter after a weekend. Can they review it later? Can they review it later? I'm meeting with my boss next week to discuss my raise. I'm meeting with my boss next week to discuss my raise. Should not breed every year. Should not breed every year. I've been CEO every year. I've been CEO every year. Will he judge? Will he judge? Are you putting in the year? Are you putting in the year? I always take the bus to go to work. I always take the bus to go to work. I didn't want a big house. I didn't want a big house. Do you have gluten-free options for cakes? Do you have gluten-free options for cakes? He watched that movie twice. He watched that movie twice. There is a glass on the table. There is a glass on the table. 3 days ago they were not complaining. 3 days ago they were not complaining.